Hi guys. Alright, here's a quick little tutorial and show you guys how to make a triptych from a single image. I'm going to make a landscape one. It just seems to be a little easier for me, and that's what my example will be. So the first thing I want to do, I'm going to go up to File, New, and I'm going to start out with just a blank, and I'm going to change my preset here from Custom to International Paper, and I'm going to select the A4 size, and I'm going to say OK. Actually, I'm going to change my profile. It doesn't really matter, I guess, for this, but I'm going to change it to the color profile to Adobe RGB 98. I'll click OK. Then I have my blank panel, but the first thing I want to do is I want to rotate it because I need it to be in a landscape mode. So Image, Rotate Canvas at 90 degrees. Bingo. There's what we have. Let's see what we got. Alright, now I need two of these. So I'm going to say Image, Duplicate, and OK. Bingo. There's the two. Pull that out so we can see it. I only need one to work on for right now, so I'm going to minimize this one. Okay, now with my blank document here open, I'm going to change the size. So I'm going to go to Image, Canvas Size, because I like to have a little bit of border around it. So I'm going to change and add or subtract 1 inch all the way around. So there it went from 11 to, and this is 9. Oops, sorry, 7. And I'll say OK. And it's going to ask if you want to proceed because it's going to be smaller than normal. So I'm going to say yes. Okay, now that we have our size, the height is correct, but our width is incorrect. So what we need to do is get it's for the right size of the panel. So I'm going to go to Canvas Size. I'm going to change this to percent because I need 3, which would be 33%. But here again, we won't have any border, so I'm going to make it 30%, which gives me a little bit of white border around each panel. I'll say OK, proceed, bingo. That's what we got so far. Okay, so now the white panel we have, but we want to put an image in there. So the first thing I'm going to do is say open. Well, I had one that I worked on before. I'll say this one, which is my Cape May shot. Bingo. So now I'm going to, okay, now that I have my image open, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go select all. I'm going to edit, copy, and I'm done with that, so I'm going to close that down. Now I'm back to where my blank panel is. I'm going to go edit, paste. And yeah, usually it doesn't, I'm working with a different, I normally work in ProPhoto color space, but I'll say OK. And my image, first of all, is going to be too big. It's too big for this panel. So I'm going to go over here to Edit, Free Transform. And what I'm going to try to do is get my image the right size. I'm going to hold down the Shift key so it maintains it the perspective. Let's see if we can get it here pretty close. Get it just about right. That looks pretty good. And I'll go to the edge like that. Okay, now that you see that we have this here, we'll go over to our layers panel, and what I want to do is drag this down to, oops, first of all I forgot. Once you do a free transform, you have to hit enter to accept it. So then that releases that, and I'm going to drag my layer down to a new, and it made a copy. So now I'm on this second layer, and I'm going to go over to the move tool, which is here, and I'm going to drag. Now I'm kind of looking at this. My archway didn't finish here, but I'm going to try, hold down the Shift key. I'm going to drag this over to about here. Yeah, let's do this. I'll put it right in the middle and kind of make it a little different and let go. Same deal goes. I'm going to take this layer, drag it down to the new layer, and it created another one, and I'm on this one. So what I'll do here, again, I'm going to drag this over to, let's say, here, and release. Okay, now that I have all three pasted in, you'll see over here I have these. What I want to do is take these little window panels here and move them over to my other document. So the first thing I'll do is I'll go up to, let me hit enter on that. I'll go to edit. I guess I need to hit enter while I'm on the active layer. Okay, so I have my image. I'm on layer 1. Actually, I'm going to go to the middle layer. And I'm going to go up to select all, edit, copy. Now I'm going to go down to this image that we made. You know, we made a duplicate, so I'm going to fire it up. And I'm going to go edit, paste. Now notice it puts it right in the dead center, which is perfect for me because that's exactly where I want it. Then I'm going to switch back over to my other document, and this layer here, I'm going to edit, copy, back over to here, edit, paste. Same thing on the other layer, edit, copy, edit, paste. Now I have all three in there, so I'm done with this layer. So what I'm going to do is just close that down. I don't need it. I'll say no. Then I'm going to pull this up. Notice we have some room at the top and we have some room at the bottom. So now what I want to do is space this out. Okay, so I'm going to go up to my move tool, which is already selected. I'm going to hold down the shift key, and I'm going to drag this to the left because it's the left side of the image. Now I'll go till it snaps together. Same thing with, oops, change layers. I go here, slide this one over till it snaps. Boom, let go. Now here's a real key. We can change this, and what I'll do is I'm on layer number 2, which is the right hand side. So if I hold down the shift key and hit the right arrow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I like that. I'm going to go to this other side, which is layer 3, the left hand side, and I'm going to do the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Perfect spacing all the way around, and also in the middle. Alright, now I have my image here. It looks pretty good, but it's kind of flat, so let's kind of add a little bit of different effect to it and see if we can make it jump off the page some. So on my layer, my first one, I'm going to go to the little FX at the bottom down here. Click on that, and I'm going to pick drop shadow. So pull this over where we can see what it's doing. Now it will, let's see what we got, 5 multiply, let's see if I go over to here. Yeah, I like it better this way, I think. Yeah, that was nice. I'll go over to here, a little more. Size of it, a little bit more, a little more spread. It looks pretty good. I like that. Now we'll go down to stroke, add a border around it. The size, I'm going to go to about 10. Change the color from red to black. I'll say OK. That looks pretty good. Yeah. OK. Bingo. That's what we got. Now, here's a real key, because I don't remember exactly all my settings. I mean, I can go back into it, but the easy thing to do is just copy this down. So you hold down the Alt key and grab this little FX over here and pull it to your other layer. And you can do it for all three. Bingo. It looks pretty nice. I like that. Now, if we wanted to put something around the whole thing, we would have to change the name of this background. See, it right now has a lock, so we can't do anything to it. So if I click on it, double click on it, it changes the name, and it really doesn't matter what you change it to. So I'll just say OK. Now that unlocked that. That's not locked anymore. So I can hold down the Alt key, drag that down to that layer, and let go. And now I have a border around the whole thing. Okay, that's it, guys. That's pretty much the whole thing in a nutshell. It's fairly simple, straightforward. It's just a lot of steps, but it's not hard. Once you do it several times, it gets to be pretty easy. So good luck and have fun.